And as you're starting standing, and you feel yourself lifted and rooted here, just start to begin that circle action in any direction you'd like to start in. And you'll feel a little bit of catch of yourself here. Eyes can be closed. And we'll switch directions. And again, you're just drawing this circle with your body to the right and left. Switching in direction now. And then let's open the eyes here. Bring our hands to our heart. Breathe and inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And bring the hands onto your thighs for cat and cow standing. Inhaling, the chest and the chin and the tailbone are lifting here. And on exhale, you're rounding all of the vertebrae, chin to chest. Inhale here, chest and heart and tailbone are lifting. Exhale and rounding the spine. And let's continue this motion. Inhale and exhale. Inhale here and exhale, rounding. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And relax the shoulders down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Once again, bring them to your heart. Inhale here. Deep breath. Exhale out through the mouth. Warming up our spine just a little bit more. Hands coming to the small of your back. Your heart and chest are lifting and you're squeezing shoulder blades. The knees are softly bent. On inhale here. On exhale, and feel free to swing the arms out as you just let yourself hinge at the hip and roll down to the floor. Coming up again. Inhale here. Knees are bent. Heart and chest are lifted. Exhaling, really heavy, and swinging over. And the legs can definitely straighten out here. Let's do 3 more. Inhale here. Exhale, spill over. Roll it up. Inhale. Heart and chest are lifted. Exhale and spill over. And 2 more times. Inhaling here. And exhaling, spilling over. Once more, inhale here, heart and chest lifted. Exhale and spill over. And then roll yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. And shake everything out. 1 more time, the hands are at our heart. This pose is called Samasthihi. It is at attention pose. We are lifted and rooted through the 4 corners of the feet. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out once again through the mouth. And we'll move to the front of the space that you're using for practice this morning. And at the front of whatever space you have, we're going to move into sun salutation A. Arms and heart and chest lifting up to the ceiling on a breath in. On a breath out, exhale and swan dive down to the floor to forward fold. Inhale, the heart and chest lift halfway. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, feet step back, and we find our first downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, shift into plank. Hold plank for a breath in and out. Feel free to drop to knees, especially if this is your first one and you feel you might need that. Hug the elbows to the sides of the body to lower the ribs and chest. Relax the top of the feet. Inhale and lift up into cobra. And as you lift up into cobra, think of lifting heart and chest here. Elbow bones are bent. Exhale, curl the 10 toes, push back, downward facing dog. Heel bones sinking. Look forward to step the feet. Halfway lift on inhale. On exhale, folding, breathing, heaviness at the hip. Inhale, roll up, breath in. Hands to heart, breath out. You can modify any of the movement that we take in this anytime in the practice. Staying in a downward dog is a great option versus that high and low plank. Inhale, reach up, breath in. Exhale and swan dive down to the floor to fold. Halfway lift on, inhale, the heart and chest lift, flat back with the spine. On the exhale, hands come to the mat, feet step back. We find ourselves from our downward dog, maybe shifting into plank, but maybe staying in down dog, lowering the ribs and chest to the floor if we're going for it. Heart and chest lift up, breath in. Exhale to downward facing dog. Hips lift, heels sink. Looking forward, step the feet. Halfway lift on inhale. On exhale, folding. Root to rise, inhale, lift the heart and chest. And hands come to the heart, breath out. One more round here. Inhale, reach up, breath in. Exhale, swan dive to the floor to forward fold. Halfway lift on inhale. And as hands come to the mat, feet step back. We're shifting the plank perhaps, lowering the ribs and chest. Heart and chest lift, breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hang in our downward facing dog and just bicycle out the feet and take a little time. This is our first lengthened downward dog. We've flowed instead. Spread the fingers out. Deep inhales and exhales here. Once more, deep inhale. Look forward with your gaze and step your feet. Halfway lift on inhale. On exhale, fold over. Inhale, reach up to the sky, breath in. On exhale, hands come to your heart, breath out. As hands are at the heart, breathe in a deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale out. Two more times. Inhale through nose. Exhaling out. Once more. Breath in. Just breathing is really great to do, by the way. Breath out. It helps us be really mindful. Rinse out for the morning. Taking your time from there, we're going to loosen up the arms. Arms and heart and chest in our chair pose are going to start here as a more of a cactus shape. And we're going to sit back into a chair with those arms like a cactus right here. We're at the front of our space still as we move into sun salutation E. Now from here, you're going to bring the two arms and bring them to squeeze together. Inhale and open heart and chest. Exhale, bring the elbows, the biceps towards each other, and inhale here. We're seated back into our chair and our weights in the heels of the feet. Exhale and inhale. Two more times, exhale here and inhale. Once more, exhale and inhale. Ooh, arms get a little bit of an effort and work out there. Straightening the legs full to the ground. Halfway lift on inhale. And as your hands come down to the ground, step back into downward facing dog. Shifting your weight into plank pose on an inhale. On an exhale, you're lowering the ribs and the chest to the mat. Halfway lift on an inhale, breath in. Exhale, curl all 10 toes and push back to downward facing dog. Heel bones are sinking, breath in and out. Right leg will lift to the sky now, breath in. Let's bend and roll open. So you're rolling the right hip joint towards the ceiling as your right heel comes towards your left backside. Maybe draw a circle with ankle just to give yourself a little release in the ankle bone, and lift the leg high to the sky, your hip now square to the ground, and step forward. Left heel comes down to the ground, heels line up. Inhale, rise up, warrior one pose. Our two heels, if they were to line up with an imaginary line, are right in line with each other. But the left hip has this diagonal. Arms are lifted. I moved my mat back a little bit so you could see the hands are really opened up here. Let's open up the arms. And then taking your time, you're going to have the two palms face each other here. So we're in the cactus arm once again, but the hands face each other. And then go ahead and just lengthen them behind you, reaching here. You're hinged at your hip. You're hovering over right thigh. Inhale and reach up, warrior one. Open up into the cactus hands, once again an arm, and then swim back. And breathe and inhale and exhale here. One more time, reach up, breath in. Open up the arms. Swim them back. Hinging at the hip. And reach up. And we are just seeing warrior one in sun salutation B this morning, this Monday morning. So pivot on the left, 5 toes. Frame the right foot, step back. Move through high and low plank if you would like to. And we'll meet in downward facing dog to take it on the other side. First, opening our hip. So left leg lifts to the sky and bend the knee of the left leg. Open up the left hip joint. Sink the right heel. Draw a circle with your ankle if you'd like. And square your hip to the floor and step forward. Help it out at calf or heel. Right foot comes down to the mat. Heels line up. Inhale, reach up, breath in. Warrior one. Left knee is bending, tracking over your middle toe. Open up the arms. And then go ahead and just squeeze the shoulder blades, rinsing out as you hinge forward. Breathe in and out here. And reach back up, breath in. Open up the arms. Swim them back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And come back up. We have 3 rounds. So this is round 3. The arms come down like a cactus, palms face each other. Hinge forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, reach back with your fingertips. Reach up to the sky, breath in. Frame the left foot. Come down to the floor, breath out. And step back. And draw yourself into plank pose and move through high and low plank if you'd like, or a downward dog to bypass and meet in downward facing dog. Bicycle out the feet. Look forward with your gaze and step your feet. Halfway lift on inhale. On exhale, we're folding. Root to rise. Inhale, heart and chest lift up. And on the next exhale, hands come to your heart. Breath out. Shake everything out a little bit here. Bring the big toes together for chair pose, round 2, sun salutation, round 2, sun salutation B. Sit back into chair, arms will lift up on this round. Now, this is too much for shoulders. Keep your hands at your heart anytime you need to. Weights in the heels. Breathe deep in and out here. Once more, deep inhale. Exhale and fold. Straighten out the legs. Halfway lift on an inhale. And as your hands come down to the mat, step your feet back. And again, you can move through high and low plank. I'm going to hang in downward facing dog and bypass that option. So move through high and low plank and we'll meet here. And you'll take your time and the right leg will lift up, but I want you to keep your hip towards the floor. So your hip might want to roll open and diagonal itself towards a side wall. Keep your hip towards the floor and press the right heel towards the wall behind you. And sink the left heel. We want to get this nice stretch in our legs. From that, step forward. Left 5 toes and heel come to the ground for warrior 1 and rise up into it right here. And then taking your time from here, this round is going to have a lot of articulation for our vertebrae and a really nice hip stretch. Interlace the fingers. Knee is bent. We have the stance of warrior 1. Round your spine and articulate the vertebrae and lift the tailbone and the chin. So you're doing cat and cow right here in warrior. And one of the nice things you might feel when you do this, go ahead, if you take cow pose, which is pushing your navel forward, right? You might start to feel this nice stretch in your hip flexor on left side. That might feel really good. I'm feeling that as I lift up and kind of bring the shoulders over hips. We took a little time on that round 2. I just wanted you to maybe feel that. One more time right here. Pressing the navel forward is going to get that stretch. Now go ahead and bring the hands right here by the small of your back. Some of you might interlace fingers. You might keep your 2 fists, maybe a limp hand at your small of the back. We're going to come into humble warrior. So we're slowly coming down towards our right thigh. We're going to come to the inside of the leg. Hopefully you can see that. I have to be back a little bit farther from the camera, and I'm always going to be just a little blurry, given the kind of webcams that exist. So while you're here, let your head be heavy, or let yourself hover a little bit over the leg. When you want to feel tissue, go ahead and stay there, right around the right hip and thigh, getting a lot of attention right now. Breathe deep in and breathe deep out here. Now, slowly take your time to come up, because we don't want to come up out of that too fast. And you're going to straighten the right leg. So now our stance still looks a lot like warrior 1. Our left hip has this diagonal. I want you to take your time and square your left hip slightly more towards the wall in front of you, your couch, whatever that may be. Sit back into chair, or pardon me, sit back into the hips. And bring the hands down. And we're taking a nice stretch for our hamstrings here in a modified pyramid pose. Take your time, frame the right foot as the hands come down to the ground, and gently lower the left knee to the mat. Sit back with your 2 hips, and you might find your spine will be nice and straight and very upright, and you'll be able to hinge a lot. You might find that you need to stay more upright, like I'm demoing here, to keep a flat back, and you're driving the right heel into the floor. Breathe in and out. Balance here. And you'll bring your right foot to the ground for monkey stretch. Hands will come to the inside of the right foot, and you'll let your hips gently become heavier to the floor. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Curl your left 5 toes and push back to downward dog as the right foot lifts. And again, you'll move through high and low plank if you would like to, and we will meet in downward dog. Typically speaking, I don't necessarily always demo all the poses, so this is a little bit out of character for me. Let's take the left leg and lift it up to the sky. Hopefully you're hearing me just fine in downward dog. Go ahead and press the left foot behind you firmly. And remember, the hips are square towards the floor, and you're sinking your right heel. We're getting a second hamstring stretch. Breathe a deep inhale, and on an exhale, step the left foot forward. You'll bring your right foot to the earth. We take our warrior 1 stance, rise up. Bend into the left knee. Interlace the fingers and bring them onto your thigh. They bypass the kneecap absolutely here. And then again, we're taking those rounds of cow pose and cat pose, no particular order. And I actually feel the stretch a lot in cat pose too for the hip, the back hip, which right now would be the right side. One more time. We're going to prepare and come into humble warrior. So you might readjust your stance a little bit so you feel really rooted, grounded, and safe. Hands come to the small of your back, a big inhale here. On an exhale, we bring ourselves to the inside of our left thigh. Your head can be heavy. We are in humble warrior now. Deep inhales and exhales. We get a lot of our stretches with more of an abridged class throughout our flow. So right now we are opening up our hip and giving ourselves a lot of love in our hamstrings as we move through each piece of this. Roll yourself up right here. Take your time. You're going to start to straighten out your front leg, the left leg, and now the right hip. Readjust the right foot in the stance so the hips are more square to whatever's in front of you. Straighten out through the legs and hinge forward for pyramid pose. For my pyramid pose, the hands hover. When I come down to the ground, I start to press and redirect the stretch into the back. And I want to have that stretch happen more in the leg. Deep inhale. Deep exhales. Now taking your time from here, hands are going to frame the left foot. Right knee is going to gently come down to the mat. And then you're going to shift your hips back with grounding into the left heel. 5 toes towards the ceiling. Once again, a little bit more stretch for the leg here. And we'll shift forward. We'll bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. The left foot should be the outer piece of these 3 objects, your 2 hands, your foot, and you're going to stretch and monkey stretch. So we slowly hinge forward and let our body shift into this. And then from that, you'll pick the left foot up, bring it behind you, and move through high and low plank one more time if you would like. I'm going to bypass and stay in downward dog. We'll look forward and step the feet, walk the feet, tiptoe, come back to the front of your space, halfway lift, exhale and fold, root to rise, inhale, heart and chest lift, hands come to the heart, breath out. Now taking your time from here, our last chair is going to be more of a power chair. So this feels a lot like when we were taking that hover action over our thigh in warrior. We're going to come down, seated into chair, and our rib cage is the closest it's been now to the thighs. And arms are going to reach forward. We're seated very low into chair, and those arms are powered up and reaching forward right here. Check in with your head. So if I were to come around right now, I would lift your arms a little bit so that the bicep is what frames the ear here. We would do this gentle lifting action. One more deep inhale. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift on inhale. On this round, hands come down to the floor, feet step back, and we are just moving through high and low plank. Very simple. Meeting in downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg will lift to the sky, and we'll gently set the foot forward, helping it out at calf or heel, and rising up into warrior one on a breath in. From your warrior one, arms will swim back. Exhale. Inhale and reach up. Go ahead and bring them down to your thigh. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. With the back, inhale, reach back up, breath in, warrior one. Taking your time for warrior one, exhale and come down to humble warrior. And then roll yourself up to inhale and restack each vertebrae, bring your shoulders back over hips. Reach up on the last piece, expressing arms one more time. We're coming into warrior three or airplane pose. You'll pivot on your left heel, and both hips will face in front of you. Arms for airplane, reach behind you. This counters balance slightly and is a little less amplified. And you'll take your time lifting left leg from the ground, right here. If you want to, you'll reach forward, coming into warrior three. You have 5 breaths here. Breathe in the pose in your balance. So the left leg is lifted right now, and you are holding breathing. You are more parallel to the floor from the shoulders to the hips. Breathe deep in. Breathing deep out here. One more time, breath in. And go ahead and bring the left foot in, breath out, and shake everything out. You're at the front of your space. Power up your chair one more round. We're sitting back into chair. Arms are lifted or lengthened. So in these poses, this is balance. This is our balance that we're getting in our flow, in the more abridged home-based class. Exhale and fold to the ground, forward fold. I'm going to cue you through this. Step your feet back after halfway lift and move through high and low plank. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale here. We're flowing a little bit, so left leg lifts and steps forward. Right heel comes down to the ground. Inhale, reach up, breath in. Exhale, swim the arms back. Inhale, reach up. We're flowing here, culminating a lot of what we've done. Bring hands down to your thigh. Inhale, heart and chest and tailbone lift. Exhale and round the spine. Hands come by the small of our back. Inhale. Exhale, we come down into humble warrior. And inhale, we roll ourselves right back up. And the arms lift up to express. To prepare for warrior three, which is the balance component here, pivot on your right heel and the 5 toes are rooted into the floor. You'll choose where the arms express themselves. Take your time, rooted into left leg, lifting right leg to play and balance here. 5, 6 breaths. Inhale and exhale, holding and rooting into the 4 corners of your left foot. Breathing deep in and out here. One more deep inhale. You'll come very upright with your body and bring your right foot down to the ground and shake everything out. Having the space handy, we're going to end up on the floor for a little bit of twists here. So inhale here, breath in. Exhale, you'll bring your hands to your heart and you'll fold down to the floor. Halfway lift, I've centered myself a little bit. Exhale and come down onto the seat. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. A gentle twist to begin. We're inhaling and we're upright. Shoulders are over hips, and exhale. You'll take your right hand, bring it to the left knee. Bring your left hand right behind your back. Lift yourself up tall and look over the left shoulder. This is one of our first twists of practice here. One more deep inhale. Go ahead and look forward. Breathe in, nice and upright, shoulders over hips. Breathe out. Left hand will gently find the right knee. Upright through the shoulders. Right hand will come behind you. Inhale and twist here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Look forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Moving on from here, our next pose is a back bend with a twist. We are going to take half of camel pose. So we are going to come onto the knees. I'm going to show you this as a diagonal. So I will be off my mat, but ideally if you have a surface, I recommend keep your body all on that carpet or whatever it is. Let's take the right foot and bring it forward. So we are on the left knee. Pat up the left knee if you need to. Left arm is going to lift up. So the left leg is back and the left arm is up. Right hand is going to just start to diagonal and reach back behind us towards our left foot. And as we do this, we are looking generously over our right shoulder. So side view here, twisting. You're looking over right shoulder. You can always touch, if you can reach back and touch gently without getting heavy on your foot, reach back for the left foot. One more inhale. One more exhale. Let's look forward and release. Hands come down. Let's bring the right knee in. And now let's bring our left foot forward. Knee over ankle. Curling five toes or foot flat to the floor is completely up to you. Your right leg is the back leg possibly, or whatever leg you have back, that is the arm you lift. You take the arm opposite of the leg that's back. For me, that's my left. Reach back and look over the shoulder. Maybe you're taking hold of the heel and the ankle here. One more deep inhale. Go ahead and look forward and bring the hands down to your hip. Bring the left foot in. Move everything around a little bit here, and legs will gently swing around. You'll take your time. We get to spend a little bit more time on our back today. We have one more really nice hip opener, and it's going to take place on the back with a twist. So lower yourself onto your back. Adjust your devices so you aren't trying to take your neck and strain at all to see what to do if you're a person that learns from seeing. And we'll take the right ankle as the knees are both bent and the feet are on the floor. Right ankle will come over left thigh. So it looks like figure four stretch. And as right ankle is over our thigh, we're going to let the legs fall towards the left side. So the right foot ends up being a kickstand. This is one of my favorite poses. Really nice stretch. Let your palms and your arms just gently fall on the floor. The palms face the ceiling. And then gently look away from your legs. So you'll look over the right shoulder very slowly. You'll look back up with your gaze. You'll bring the legs back to figure four, just traditional, and then bring the right foot back onto the floor. Maybe readjust the hips a little bit on your back here and cross the left ankle over the right thigh, opening up the left knee. Taking your time from here, you'll let your legs fall gently over to the right side. And you'll look over your left shoulder. Palms face the ceiling. You'll come back onto your back completely, back to our figure four, and release your leg. We're taking an inversion of our choice here on the mat. Bridge pose, or on the floor. Bridge pose can be really nice, just lifting the hips. This is a nice beginner inversion where we get our heart, because of the diagonal, a little higher than our head, and that's the point of the inversion. I've been taking fish pose a lot. I really like this pose for home-based practice. We actually probably don't even lie on our back as much as we could maybe in bed. Maybe some of you are back sleepers. Arms are at your sides. We're going to press the sternum if you want to take fish pose with me, up towards the ceiling, and then readjust and bring your head back down to the floor. The weight really isn't into the arm. The feet come towards each other, the big toes. And we're just pushing the sternum towards the ceiling. Readjust how your head touches the floor if you feel that you might need to. I like a pose like this for home-based practice because I believe that a lot of your lifestyle has probably fluctuated due to being home and homebound more. And a pose like this gives a lot of attention to your thyroid gland, and this gland is really important for a lot of basic functions, and it's very influenced by lifestyle. And that's just my opinion, but I think that taking a pose like this can help to get a little bit more checks and balances for the body. Deep inhale. Nice, deep exhale. Whatever pose you took, hips lifted. Some of you might have done a shoulder stand. I did not demo that. I will most likely do that on Thursday. Go ahead and lower the head down to the floor. If you took fish pose with me, and gently hug the knees in. We're preparing to come into Shavasana next. Let your legs just gently move to the sides. You are hug the knees in. We didn't see a lot of core today. This is the last little piece here. Just curl the nose up to the knee, exhale. And inhale, go ahead and bring the head down. 2 more times. Exhale, bring your head up to the knees. Inhale, bring your head down. 1 more time here. Exhaling and inhaling. And when you're ready, Shavasana, which is a final relaxation from a practice of yoga, is the last pose here. Legs can lengthen. You can let yourself keep the knees bent if that's a better option for your back. And let yourself just completely go here. And begin to notice your breath. Consciously breathe in and consciously breathe out. Eyes can close. Taking your time, the knees will gently hug into the chest once again, but feel free to stay on the back for a little bit of time here. And you'll take 3 rounds once again where you just draw the nose up to the knees. And then gently bring your head back down to the ground. Inhaling, nose will come up to the knees. Exhale the head back down to the floor. One more time. And then you'll take some momentum, a little bit of time here to rock and roll and bring yourself up to seated. And we'll just face wherever our device is. As a community here, you might be seeing just me, you might see some of the people that elected to keep the camera on. Kudos. And kudos to all of you for practicing in your home on this Tuesday. I have a few announcements as we wrap up. Well, let's bring hands to heart to end our practice with a salute, a blessing, an acknowledgement to each other. Inhaling together and exhaling out through the mouth. Namaste. You wouldn't mind sticking around for a moment? I have just a few announcements for you.